Hi everybody, I'm Todd and I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm taking a look at the Sennheiser HD600 headphones. These are without a doubt a very popular headphone and they've been highly regarded by many for a long time as having some of the best performance at their price point. So let's check them out. Now the HD600 headphones have been highly regarded for a long time by both studio users and audiophiles as some of the most transparent and accurate headphones available in their price point. So we're going to run a few tests today to see if they live up to that reputation. Now, all headphone audio in this review is going to be recorded using a binaural microphone, so I encourage you to wear good headphones or listen through studio monitors so you get the best response. Of course, you can't try the headphones on through this video, so I'm going to let you hear the difference between original recordings and recordings made through the headphones to give you an idea of what, if any, coloration these headphones might impart on the sound. Now, when we're looking at the logarithmic frequency comparison, we can see the HD600 do have a deficiency below 100 Hz, and particularly in the sub-bass frequencies. Now, there's also a bump between about 1 and 3.5K, followed by a dip at around 11 or 12K, so some deviation, but not major. When we go over to the linear analysis for a little more resolution in those high frequencies, we can again see that bump and that dip, but nothing major here. Let's check out some music. Now, listening back to the comparison of music here between the original recording and the headphones, I can hear that slight deficiency in the low frequencies. The upper boost and dip is very, very slight on these headphones. It's there, but again, you have to really kind of listen for it. It shows here on the graph. We can see all of those phenomena again. And of course, looking at the linear analysis, we just get a little more detail. Now, looking at the overlaid frequency response, we can see there is very little deviation between the HD600 and the original recording. Particularly in the upper frequencies, we can see a bit more, but overall, this is a very accurate representation of the music. Now, going to the linear analysis, again, we can see a little more detail in those upper frequencies, but overall, the sound profile of these headphones is very true to the original recording. Now, I've set up a comparison using iZotope's audio lens. We have the direct original recording of the music here as the purple region, and the recording made through the HD600 headphones will be the white dynamic line, so we can see the comparison in real time.
What about the world we both believed in? What about the word that made it so? What about the world we both believed in? What about the word that made it so?
You show me beauty in life. You put me first all the time. No wonder I'm on a high when I'm with you, oh yeah. You show me beauty in life. You put me first all the time. No wonder I'm on a high when I'm with you, oh yeah.
Now, the vocal comparisons I always find particularly telling, especially for mixing applications. Now, looking at the male vocals here, we can see that the deviations in these headphones really do not alter the sound a whole lot from the original here. There's perhaps a little more intelligibility just with that bump between 1 and 3.5K. The upper frequencies above 10K really aren't impacting anything here, nor the sub-bass frequency. So for male vocal, let's say it's a really accurate reproduction. Moving over to the female vocal here, there is a little bit more presence that comes in as a result of that bump again in the 1 to 3.5K range. A little more air perhaps is lost in the upper frequencies, but again, really minor here in terms of the deviation. These headphones do a really good job of reproducing vocals. And this is a sample of spoken words, so we can compare the sound of the recording directly versus the sound through the headphones. And this is a sample of spoken words, so we can compare the sound of the recording directly versus the sound through the headphones. Now, when it comes to spoken word, again, there's so little deviation in these headphones from the original recording that I don't notice a whole lot of difference, other than, again, maybe perhaps a little better intelligibility in the speech. The frequencies above 10K really aren't making a whole lot of difference here, and again, nor are the sub-bass frequencies. So overall, again, these headphones, if you want to use them for editing or mixing podcasts, anything like that, they're going to do a great job. Now, the HD600 are certainly not on the top of the list as a gaming headphone. You don't hear that much conversation about them, but nonetheless, it might be a good application, so let's check out some game audio.
Motorcycle. Now it's a race horizon. Superstar driver versus daredevil biker. Who you got?
Now, listening back to the game audio with these headphones, you can tell that they do have very accurate frequency response, or at least to my ears, that's there. And the stereo imaging is good here as well, but the Soundstage is a little smaller with the HD600s and some other open back headphones we've tested out. So in terms of gaming, the environment may not feel quite as expansive with these headphones. On the other hand, that may also cause more of a sense of immersion. So a couple of trade-offs here, one way or the other. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And so I'll talk a bit about Soundstage and imaging. First of all, imaging performance is excellent on these headphones. Whether it's for a production environment or for listening to music, they do a great job of translating the audio image. Now, Soundstage, on the other hand, is a little bit perhaps closer than you would expect from a lot of open back headphones. Certainly there are others in this price range that have a much more expansive Soundstage, so we're talking a little more intimate here. Overall, it's not an issue, but if you prefer a very large Soundstage, these might not be the headphones for you. Now, taking a look at the build quality of these headphones, you will see that they are largely of plastic construction. That's partially why they're so lightweight, but they do have a really solid metal band through the top, so no issues with that. It's going to hold up a long time. There's enough swivel and movement here to get a good fit as well, so that's something to be aware of. On the sides, when we do make an adjustment, they are very solid. They lock in place, they do not move, and so that's a great thing, or at least I find it to be really handy. Now, they have what I would call sort of a mid-softness velour ear pad. They're soft enough to be comfortable, but they don't crush down under the clamping force of the headphones so that your ears are touching inside, or at least I don't find that. Over a long period of time, again, a lot of hours of use, they will soften up a little bit, and so a pad change at some point may be necessary, but they are pretty durable. Now, as far as the cable is concerned, it does, of course, connect to each ear cup. It is detachable, and these are really solid. They don't come out easily, so you don't have to worry about them falling out under regular use. Cable itself is very flexible. You will find much more flexible than many other headphones. It has a 3.5 millimeter jack with a thread-on 6.3 or quarter-inch adapter. So again, whichever format you're using, they get you taken care of there. Overall, build quality, I'm going to say, is good on them for the price point, although they don't feel industrial. The ear pads are also, of course, replaceable, so if you prefer maybe a little more bass response, you could switch them out to a leather or pleather ear pad, but be aware that it does affect the overall frequency response of the headphones. Now, I've included features and specifications in the description below, as well as links for more information. But a few highlights here is that these are a 300 ohm headphone. They're not unreasonably difficult to drive, but they do benefit from a good headphone amplifier. They have a very expansive frequency response of 12 to 40,500 hertz. Now, we did notice a roll off in the sub-bass frequency, so that's something to be aware of. And also, if you do overdrive those low frequencies, you will experience some distortion, although it's not a major problem unless you're working at really high listening levels here. They have comfortable velour ear pads that are included. You can, of course, change them out to other types if you want, but that will affect the response and performance of the headphones. Now that we've been through the audio test, let me give you my final thoughts. And some of you may know that these are my go-to headphones for mixing and editing. Between these and my studio monitors, I get most things done. Not to say I don't use other headphones and playback devices. It's just these are the go-to that I've used for a long time. In fact, I'm on my third set already. That's over a lot of years and a lot of hours, so don't worry about durability here. But the reason I use them is not because they're the best headphones, it's because I know them very well. And that applies to really anybody. Any headphones that you know are the best headphones for you if you're working in a production environment. For casual listening, on the other hand, it's what you enjoy, the performance and the sound profile that you prefer to listen to. These are very neutral again and transparent. So if you like accented bass or really boosted highs, these are not going to be the headphones for you. But if you want a fairly transparent and accurate reproduction, you'll enjoy the sound of the HD600s. And if you'd like more information on other headphones for audio production or casual listening, check out one of the videos on the screen. As always, you guys know I really appreciate having you here with me. Thanks for joining me again today, and I'll see you next time.